Hey everyone, it is your Peacekeeper coming at you with an epic battle replay, and sometimes you just have to watch the world burn. And of course, to do that the most efficiently in World of Warships, we are going to take out the queen of burninating all the things, the Zhao. The Tier 10 Japanese cruiser Zhao is the world's best fire starter in this game, outside of possibly Atlanta or Akizuki, the Tier 8 Japanese destroyer in the new line. I would argue that Zhao is by far the better ship of all three of them when it comes to starting fires. It seems like every other salvo starts fires, and even if it doesn't start a fire, it does an insane amount of damage. And then, of course, Zhao's AP isn't any slouch either. And when you add all of these things together, we get games like this, where we do 198,585 damage. And, yeah. So I am here with K-Bomb in my division. He is also in a Zhao, and yes, we are going to watch this world burn. Now, if you are not familiar with how to set up a Zhao, it's quite easy. I recommend taking the main armaments mod 1, and then I think it's artillery plotting room 1 and 2, the increase in range and the decrease in dispersion. And then in the last slots, there's a number of different ways to set your Zhao up. This one has the rudder shift module in the second slot. Not the second slot. It'd be, I think the fourth or fifth slot, the 20% reduction, and then the last slot, we have concealment. So I don't have the super fast rudder shift time. Zhao, Zhao... Well, we'll just talk about this because I was asked if I would go over the stealth fire changes coming up in the next patch that's currently on the public test server. And quite honestly, the reason why I'm bringing it up with Zhao is because Zhao is one of the few cruisers that can actually do it. Really, I don't see much changing in the way of Zhao's gameplay or some of the other cruisers that can stealth fire. The ships that I see being impacted by this the most are the Japanese destroyer line, and I'm not a big fan of the fact that the Japanese destroyer line is once again receiving nerfs. But, and this is the big but, the Japanese destroyers have enough range on their guns that basically you're going to start treating your gunnery like you would if you're playing a Russian destroyer. And that's going to take some adjustment because I know a lot of people really relied upon that stealth fire window to do, a good amount of damage. And I don't blame them. I certainly did too. I wasn't without the that usage there. It is what it is. Checking the range on the Zhao's Zhao's anti-aircraft guns, because gonna have to pop defensive fire here to get rid of some torpedo bombers that are in the area. Now, we have a Yamato parked out there, and if you're not familiar with... Yep, we're gonna go ahead and shoot. We're gonna ripple fire these so that they sneak through the island there. If you're not familiar with the way that the... Now I completely lost my train of thought. Alright, well, moving on. That's embarrassing. So, Zhao, yeah. The HE damage alone is ridiculous, and then you'll see it just starts fires an insane amount. K-Bomb is shooting AP, I'm shooting HE, I'm starting fires, he's poking them with AP. This destroyer was kind enough to go ahead and give us smoke down here, so we will take full advantage of that. And so, yeah, we're going to go ahead, we can't stay here. It's too early in the game, we don't have efficient destroyer spotting, but we aren't even 4 minutes into this match, and I'm already up to 25,000 damage with Zhao's ridiculous HE spam. The Iowa has used his repair party, and as a result, we can now start him on fire again. And so, you're gonna see that yeah, it just starts fires. There's no other way to put it. And Zhao has some incredible torpedoes. They are the F3 torpedoes. They go really quick and they do quite a lot of damage when they hit. Very hard to miss with them. And there's another fire. Just racking up the damage here. Server average damage for the Zhao is like 85,000 damage, I think. Yeah. Poor Gay Bomb here, though, is taking the brunt of all of their fire. Another fire on that poor Iowa. And, yeah, you're going to burn to death, buddy. Good night. Alright, so there is a Minotaur sitting in smoke, and, ooh, K-Bomb goes down. Well, thanks for tanking all those shells, K-Bomb. Oh, man. Zhao's guns do not rotate very quickly, and so a lot of people will play her at range. That's not a bad way to play her. Just remember that she does pack quite a wallop with her AP, so don't hesitate to use them both. Launching torpedoes here into the cap, mostly as a deterrent more than anything. Zhao's armor is really trollish as well, so don't hesitate to sail. I don't want to say broadside. That's really not a good habit to get into, but don't hesitate to present an almost broadside profile, because quite honestly, there's another fire. Quite honestly, the armor is just 100% troll. Like right there. That's a Yamato shooting at me. Those are 18-inch shells, and it did overpen damage. Yeah, talk about getting screwed. Alright, well, we're going to go ahead and switch to this other Iowa because, well, reasons. Pop our defensive fire here. Go ahead. Zhao's AA is respectable. It's not going to be the world's best, but it does work quite well, as you can see, and down goes the last of those torpedo bombers without getting any torpedoes off. And yeah, okay, so now we've got all these ships shooting at me. Ooh, somebody smoked that Iowa. We got all these ships basically exposed. There's 2 more fires. Jeez. Some days you just want to watch the world burn. That Iowa is on fire in so many places. There's just absolutely nothing he can do. And he's dead. So, Zhao, yeah. Okay, so he got a Citadel hit, no, it wasn't a Citadel hit. He got some good straight pen damage. Normally speaking, when you turn that way and the shells land flat on the rear deck, you end up getting Citadel hits, and it's really annoying. Minotaur here is soft enough that we can use AP on and get some good AP pens. But with that with that Yamato sitting over there, I'm not so sure I really want to. Minotaur is slowing down. Well, now he's speeding back up again. When you see it... Ooh, need him spotted. Well, okay, so there he is. He's coming back up. And because he's sailing broadside, I'm going to go ahead and use none other than AP. Khabarovsk, you are about to meet your maker. If you want to have a battle as to who's more overpowered, a Zhao or a Khabarovsk, go ahead and play your Khabarovsk very close to a Zhao. I'm just going to lop off chunks of your hit point pool, and you aren't going to be able to do jack diddly squat about it unless you hit me with torpedoes. And my shells travel faster than your shells do. And being in smoke isn't going to save you because I saw where you smoked up at, and I can see where you're still shooting. And so this is a skill you'll pick up as you get used to playing a ship. I'm not that used to playing Zhao, to be honest with you, but it's quite obvious where most of these ships are in the smoke, just watching where their shells pop up. Switching back to AP for this Minotaur. Oh, he's slowing down, so you know what that means. He's slowing down. Torpedo bombers there. Yes. Go ahead and pop that smoke for me, dude. That's not going to help you. And the key here is to watch where your shells fall, especially since you spotted him. There's 2 citadels, especially since you spotted him. Chances are he's going to be backing up, so definitely want to anticipate that. However, you know, you work with what you got. And he has to be getting kind of frustrated here because we're still doing damage to him. He's angled. You can tell he's now angled based on the profile of the where the shell impacts were and where they're coming from. There's another citadel on a smoked minotaur. Yeah, he's mad. He's so mad he's shooting at me now. Oh, it doesn't help that I'm the last thing left over here. So we will once again bail out of this situation. Up to 105,000 damage. This is already a pretty good game. Just without, if I were to die right now and we were to, well, we're losing. This is not a good sign. Yeah, so turning away. Again, Yamato, 2 overpens there. I just cannot stress how freaking broken the armor is on this ship, because you will get moments where it is literally going right through you, and you're like, man, that's gonna be a citadel hit, and you get nothing but overpens. Yeah, there you go, Khabarovsk. Go ahead and shoot your little pea shooters at me. Let's see who lasts longer in this situation. I can guarantee you it's going to be me. Especially since I can spot you, and that is going to be, yep, woo, another about 4K damage to him there. Just kind of fishing around for ships to, ooh, yes, damn it. Well, he's back. So that Minotaur, we're going to ignore the Minotaur, and we are going to go ahead and go up to sea. Now that we are losing both caps, so how this match ends up being a win, your guess is as good as mine. But we've got a Battleship Hindenburg and Moskva, and we are detected by something. So if you're given the opportunity to take kind of a breather and not have to deal with enemy ships shooting at you all the time, it's definitely worth using your stealth to get in close. Jeez, somebody just really smoked that poor Moskva. Down he goes. On to the Hindenburg. A lot of help from the team here. We're starting to even things out a little bit here. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to fire off our first salvo here as HE. We're going to switch to AP. Hindenburg's armor scheme is such that I probably won't get any Citadel hits with this AP. But if I can get, well, see, he's already angled again. If I can get normal pens, that's going to be enough to really punish him and make him regret living. And we've kind of switched to ignoring him because he just died. The Grosser Kerfers took a huge chunk off of him, so no longer a need for me to focus on him. Now that we are sitting in the back, we are going to go ahead and, oh, that Edinburgh is just chilling in his smoke. And we saw where he was, so we'll put rounds where he was. And we are going to go ahead and we need to help our Moskva, which is all the way up there being stupid. Yep, Citadel hit while you're sitting in the smoke. That's got to be frustrating. 130,000 damage. Like I said, already a pretty good game, even without, if I were to die right now, this game would be pretty good. We're going to go ahead and put rounds back into that smoke, but chances are those aren't going to get any kill. And so we are kind of hovering at the mid to long range, mostly in the long range thing. The rate of fire on Moskva isn't enough to fully play up close, I guess is a good way to play it. And so she does really well at longer ranges. Of course, the problem with being at longer ranges means that your potential damage goes down, which means you get less XP and less money, and none of those are good. Switching now to HE, you can see we got detected all of a sudden. That's fine because we weren't detected before. AP still does a pretty good amount of damage to a Khabarovsk, or Gearing even. And he's about to die to ours, so I'm going to switch to the Yamato in the distance and to the Edinburgh and see if we can't get ourselves some lovely HE spam. And of course, the best part of this is that I can't be seen because there is a smoke cloud. Well, now I can be seen because something's out of its smoke. The Kutuzov over there. They've still got a carrier. They've still got this Yamato. We're going to try and start him on fire, waiting for his salvo to come up so that I can turn out and away. With AP loaded, he is broadside to us, so we will go ahead and switch to AP here and pray that this Kutuzov gets real bored. We're just going to go ahead and turn. I'm not going to sit here and wait for him. Kutuzov here is also doing strange things. We got some good normal pen damage. Oh, okay, so there was the Citadel hit. Do our best to repair it here. Launch some torpedoes. We still did 3,000 damage to that Kutuzov, and he is still getting good hits off because I am not angling. And this is where the Zhao's turrets are a real big letdown. But you know what? We can do HE damage. We can do HE damage like no one's business. And so 155,000 damage. I'm going to kind of slow up here because he's going to pop around this corner. So we're going to slow down. I'm not detected, which allows me to do... okay. Well, fine. Back to the Yamato. We got an aircraft carrier and a Yamato left. Who knows where that aircraft carrier is? His aircraft are kind of coming from that like H8, 9, 10 line. And so we will go ahead and continue to engage this Yamato. He is hell-bent on shooting me. And, okay. That's fine. You missed. Not just once, but you missed with 9 rounds. Get good, son. Went ahead and deployed our defensive fire to take care of aircraft, although, as you can see, it didn't really work out terribly well. 163,000 damage. We've got fires rolling on the Yamato. Go ahead and continue to engage with our last salvo that we're going to be able to get over. Tried slowing down to help him out from behind the island, but couldn't. So trying to get back up to full speed here to help get back around and help. But because the Yamato is burning and the Kurfürst is a lot more hit points, I'm just going to go ahead and sail out. And you can see we've turned this match from being pretty much a loss to a win. And look what shows up on the map. Hello, Lexington. You were supposed to be a battle cruiser in real life, but in this game, you have been turned into a poor carrier. Not poor because you're a bad carrier, but you've been kind of shafted with the way Wargaming has handled carriers. And so now we get the opportunity to take care of this Lexington. And we have started him on fire already once. His aircraft are unknown where they are, most likely down. He's probably given up at this point, which is fine by me. And so we are going to basically damage farm him. Oh, he repaired that fire. We got ourselves high caliber. We also have Confederate and First Blood in this, and I think we throw Dreadnought in at the very, very end. Loaded up AP there. No idea why. I figured he was going to go broadside to me a little bit more. Yeah, that obviously wasn't going to happen. So going back now to HE. There goes the Yamato. 185,000 damage, and we are just burning things to death. And there's some other salvos getting ready to launch some torpedoes. Again, these torpedoes move really quick, so it's not a huge deal to get those torpedoes in. And there's another fire. The torpedo bombers got shot down, and there's the dead carrier. 198,500 and... what was it? 85, I think is what I said. Yeah. 3 kills, 4 citadels, 2 defends, 240 rounds fired. We got Dreadnought thrown in there with high caliber and Confederate. 2,806 base XP. We also got First Blood. There is the 2.1 million potential damage, which helps bring up your credits at the very end. And of course, there is the credit screen. Anyway, Zhao is a very fun ship to play when you're just looking to watch the world burn. Let me know down in the comments if you guys agree. Like, comment, subscribe, and thank you for watching.